So today we are going to see essay number 11, which is entitled Peace of Mind, a Birthright. Now, this essay is about actually accepting God's will. So if you want to put this essay in a nutshell, it's about accepting God's will. Many times in our lives, whenever it comes to God's will, we say, okay, it's God's will, it's God's will. And we say everything happens for the best. You know, it's Bhagavan, whatever Bhagavan wants. But what does this statement exactly mean? We say all of these things. Many of us say it again and again and again, but what does it really mean? So first, let's analyze. Does God really have a will? Who is this God, and does God really have a will? God is that pure consciousness expressing through the total mind. Yes? So God, pure consciousness expressing through the total mind. Now, does God have his own will that certain people should have it good and certain people should go through difficulties? If that was the case, then God would be so partial, isn't it? There would be what we call the defect of partiality or Vaishamya dosha. And if we say that God is actually wanting some people to go through difficulties, then that would be really cruel, isn't it? So that is called Nairgranya dosha, the defect of cruelty. Because why would Bhagavan want us to suffer? Then if we say, if God is fully responsible, then what's the point of changing anything? What's the point of acting? What's the point of making our lives, fashioning it a certain way, creating it? Why not just sit back, let things happen? Anyway, it's God's will. So when we look at this first aspect logically, it can't be that God has God's own will. It can't be that God is delivering karma according to God's whims and fancies. Now let's look at it from another scenario. Can it be that it's completely up to us? Whatever our karma is, can it be that it's completely up to us? Some people believe that action brings about its own result, that action actually can become a result. But the thing is, action can't happen on its own. If this book were to move from this place to this place, you need a conscious entity. If uncooked rice were to become cooked rice, you need a conscious entity. It's not just gonna happen. If a computer that's off needs to be turned on, you need someone to do it. So action or karma cannot on its own do anything. It needs a sentient or a conscious entity. All action depends on a conscious entity. Now, let's take a look at this a little bit further. So action depends on a conscious entity, which is me, okay? So maybe I am the one who determines the results of my actions. Maybe it is me. Think again, is it really you or me? If I could determine the results of all of my actions, then what does it mean? I would get everything that I want, isn't it? Because I am completely in control of the results of my actions. So that means every single thing I want, I would get. Which doesn't happen. Because a lot of times in our lives, we get what we don't want, isn't it? So I'm not completely in control. Is somebody else in control? Is somebody else in control? So let's say now the simple act of having a Zoom class. What I can control is, I can control that I set up the meeting. That's all I can control. I set up the meeting and I read the chapter and I reflect on it. That's all I can control. Who's going to come? What time everyone's going to come? When the chapter will be sent out, you can assign to so many people, but when they will send out, we don't know. Will people read the chapter? We have no idea. How the Zoom internet will it be stable or not? I don't know, right? Is there going to be some outside siren coming here and there? Who knows? We don't know. Which means that I cannot fully control the results, nor somebody else can fully control the results. But what's happening is that action, which will yield a result, is dependent on so many, many, many things. And because it's dependent on so many, many, many things, it's dependent on so many factors, only the one who knows all of those factors can give the result. Only the one who knows everything that's happening can give the result. I don't know. And that all-knowing, all-capable principle is called God. That total mind, which is aware of everything, aware of everyone's actions, not only aware of everyone's actions, but aware of everyone's intentions, that total mind gives the result. But gives the result according to what? According to our actions, not on its whims and fancies. So Bhagavan is the deliverer of the results of actions. We are the molder of our results of actions. Because it does make a difference. Whatever we do does make a difference. But we will get the results of actions based on our actions and all other factors that come into play which are connected to that action. And that all together is called God's will. So that is what that means. Now, when we understand that there is something called God's will, what happens to our attitude in life? Number one is there is acceptance, because there is a sense that whatever I'm going through is a product of my past. I acted a certain way, I did something a certain way, and therefore I am getting the result of it. Now, you might say, but I was so good in this life. Why am I getting all of this drama? I lived a pretty good, clean life. That result is not just of this life, it's the result of many, many, many lives. So sometimes when we see very good people suffering, we're always like, why do good people suffer? Why do good people suffer? It's because you and I tend to look at them from this point of one life. This is one life, this person was so good. But what about all the past lives? Do we know? We don't know. So whatever we are getting is what is due to us. I am a product of my past actions, but at the same time, I'm not a victim. I'm not a victim because I can change things. So what? This happened to me now. Get up and change it. We don't have to be barred by it. So this full acceptance gives us a sense of peace. The second thing this accepting God's will gives us is that ability not to blame anyone. Usually we tell everyone, it's your fault that I'm going through this. It's your fault that this is happening to me. It's your fault. It's really nobody's fault. If you trace every single thing, it will all come back to you and me. If you take Ramayana, everybody blames mantra. That mantra started talking to Kaikai, that why don't you make Bharat king? Why should Ramji be king? But you know that mantra, it was traced back to the Devatas. They wanted an incarnation of Sri Ramachandra ji on earth, etc. You keep tracing back. That immediate cause that you or I see for that action is not the ultimate cause. The ultimate cause will always come to you and me. So there's this feeling of there's no need to blame anyone. And in fact, by blaming someone, I become weaker because I'm giving all my control to you. And you have the ability to make me happy or sad. That's very sad. But if I take responsibility, that means I have the ability to make myself happy or sad. So that blame comes out. Third is the need for revenge also goes. Sometimes we like to say, I'm going to give you a taste of your own medicine. You did this to me, now I'm going to do that to you, and let's see what happens here, there, all that sense of deep revenge. Now listen, karma will come. Karma doesn't leave anybody. It will come to that person. Now, why you and I have to go to that unnecessary karma to make somebody's life miserable? Right? We don't have to go through all of that because we will get the result of that. Let karma do its own thing. Whatever you and I need to do, if we need to talk to the person, if we need to say something, that's fine. But this whole act of revenge and this and that, karma will take care of it. You and I don't need to be the teacher of that person to learn from their mistakes. That karma will come bite them in the back and there's no escape. So this way, there's a sense of acceptance. And then number 4 is that you and I start to realize that everything is sthane. In chapter 11 of the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna says this beautiful prayer to Lord Krishna, and he says, Sthane Rishikesha. Oh God, everything is as it should be. Means everything is exactly in the place that it should be. It's not that everything is lovely and gloomy and pretty. It's that everything is as it should be. And when you and I come to that realization, that is so powerful because you're so peaceful. Sometimes we might think that this COVID, what's going on? How long? And some people are saying it's going to continue till the fall and all of this is happening. But when you look at the grand scheme of things, it is but right that something like this had to happen because of all the things that we also did on our part. We can't expect that, we behave in such a way to Mother Earth and then nothing happens. Can't expect that, right? In the same way, when you look at your life, when I look at my life, there would have been these times where we were really low, really low points. Everyone has gone through it. Really low points, down, depressed, so many thoughts coming, so many thoughts, like I don't even want to live in this world, so many thoughts coming. And at that point, we question, why is this happening to me? What did I do? And then at that point in time, we don't understand, we don't know why, we just don't. But after some time, when we look back and we start to connect all the dots of our lives, and we say, Sthane, it is right that I went through that experience. Because that experience gave me certain things that I needed to learn to become better, to evolve more, to grow deeper, and even to go inward. And sometimes that experience could be very painful. But if you step back, you will see the beautiful person that you have come to be is not because you had everything good in life. It's because you had everything as it needed to be. I shared this story with some of you, and I'll share it now. There was a wise lady. There was a wise lady in a village, and she was very wise, and everyone used to go to her with their problems. Everyone in the village. So one day, 4 people went to her with problems. And she said, "This is what I want you to do. Take a big sack and put bricks in the sack. And each brick will be whatever problem that you have. Each brick will be a problem. Take a sack, take a cart, fill in as many bricks, as many problems as you have, that many bricks you fill. And you come meet me tomorrow at the village square at 9 a.m. So they said, okay. And they all went home. And they went to their places, etc. The next day, they came at 9 a.m. sharp. And they didn't see this village lady. And so they said, how come she didn't come? You know, she's always on time. She's so prompt. How come she didn't come today? And so what happens is they start talking to each other. So they said, now why are you here? Why did you come meet the lady? You know, this COVID is just too much. It's just too much staying home, staying inside, being with family. I just want to go out. I just want to travel. I want to go explore. How long is it going to be already? I feel so stuck, so strained. And how much virtual can we do? We can't look at the computer anymore. So one problem was COVID. Next problem was my mother-in-law. Now that we're all living together, it's very, very difficult. I'm trying to get along with her, but it's just so hard because she wants to do something and I want to do something else and I don't know how to make it work. So, problem. Next problem. My kids are growing up now, but you know, I want them to get married, but they don't want to get married. They just don't want to get married in this day and age. They don't want to find someone. They don't want to meet someone. It seems like nobody wants to get married anymore. I don't know what to do with my kids. What if they end up staying and moving back home with me? Another problem. And the 4th problem. My kids are not grown up, but they're still so young. They're so young, but the thing is, what to do with them? How much can I entertain them? I'm already so tired every day doing whatever I can, cooking, cleaning, this, that. Well, how much can you do? They need to have something else. I don't know what to do anymore. And so all of them had all of these issues. One by one, they had these issues. They were expressing to everyone. Now this village lady came, but she came at 10 o'clock. So they were wondering why she's late, but she just came. And she said, okay, now everybody has these sacks with all the bricks. Yes, everybody has. Now put all of your sacks in the middle. Put all in the middle in one line. And she said, I also brought a sack with me. All bricks. I also brought a sack and I'll put it in the middle. Okay, fine. So everyone's sacks were there in the middle. Now she said, now everybody, I want you to pick one sack and you take it home. You pick. Because clearly in life, everybody has a sack. I have a sack. You all have a sack. We all have a sack. Now in all of these sacks, you please pick which one you want to take home. And they all looked at each other. And which sack do you think they picked? They picked their own sack. They picked their own sack and they went home. And this lady, she didn't have to do anything. She didn't have to say anything. She also took her sack and she went home. This is called Thani. We might think that on the surface, people have a better life than we have. Things are going well for them. How come not for me? How come this family is doing well? How come ours is going crazy? How come this business is doing well? How come mine is suffering? Nobody is spared. Everybody is going through something or the other. Everyone. Of course, when you say, hi, how are you? Nobody will say, everybody will say fine. They'll say fine, fine, fine. But you talk 10 minutes more and you'll know it's not fine. So that is called Thani. It's there. It's there. And whatever is there, please understand that it's there to make us grow. Because the one who loves you is not the one who wants to make you happy all the time. Because then if they're there bent on pleasing you, they may compromise some things. They may do some negative things just to make you happy. And the one that loves you also is not interested in making you sad. Definitely not. But the one who loves you is interested in making you grow, making you evolve, making you become the best that you can be. The one that really loves you is not the one who wants you to like them, the one who wants you to be with them. No, the one who loves you is the one who wants to make you grow, evolve. And that is called Bhagavan. So when we say accept God's will, it is this. It means everything that I'm going through is a result of my past actions, and in coordination with all the factors around me connected to the action, I will get that result. But that doesn't mean that I'm stuck. I can still change things. And when I understand that, this will give me a deep sense of acceptance. And then, moreover, there's no sense of blaming other people. There's no sense of wanting to harbor revenge on other people. There's a deeper sense that Thani, everything is as it should be. Everything is as it should be to make me grow into the best that I can be. You will see that in your house, your spouse or your children are your greatest teachers. Your greatest teachers. There's something there from them that we have to learn. Teachers, students, each other are the greatest. There's something in there that we have to learn. I had given an exercise in our for our Bal Vihar families once, where you equate every person in your house to a quality. This husband is a teacher of patience. This child is a teacher of extreme patience. Like that, when you look at everybody as a quality, you know what they're trying to bring to our lives. Finally, there's also then that sense that question can come, if everything is happening according to whatever it should be, then everyone's going through their own karma, so why should I help them, right? Their suffering is their karma, so why help them? Why even check on them? Why have concern for them? And the reason is because we can. It doesn't mean that because someone's going through really bad karma, then we just leave them and let them be and let them do whatever they have to do. No, because that going through, we can still help. Yes, it came to them, but now they're going through it. So the way in which they go through it, that is not predetermined. The way in which they go through it, we can help. So wherever we can help make things better, we should. We shouldn't just say, oh, it's their karma, leave them alone. Wherever you and I have that dharma or have that capacity to be involved, we should be involved. And so this is all that is meant by God's will.